Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about which cryptocurrency I personally believe will 10x first in a battle between the big dogs, the king versus the queen, digital gold versus digital oil. I will explain my theory behind those comparisons a little later, but Bitcoin versus Ethereum, you guys, these videos are always fun to make. More thought experiments than anything, so let's get into it. As always, we'll quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. This one's going to be short and sweet, you guys. We'll kick it off with one of my good old little write-ups / graphics that I made for you guys titled Bitcoin versus Ethereum. This write-up is comprised of what is BTC and what is ETH, because it's very important, of course, to develop a fundamental understanding, at least a very basic one, of what these assets are before trying to dictate fair value. So we will read over that, and then why I like BTC, why I like ETH, so my elevator pitch for both pretty much, and then market caps, and I'll explain to you guys why that's very important. So pretty much to sum it up right now, when you're trying to dictate long-term value of these assets and potential value of these assets, I think market cap really comes into play because there are certain comparisons, like I said, gold and oil, that I mentioned earlier that you can kind of translate to these. So we will go over market caps, and again, yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of the argument. I will say right off the bat, I'm sure you guys can kind of assume this because I'm bringing up market cap so much. I think Ethereum has more potential to 10x first. How long that will take, I don't know, but I think it's a lot more likely. I'll give you guys the answer right off the bat. I think Ethereum is more likely to 10x first. And again, we'll get into why that is in a little bit. So that's what we'll kick it off with. That's the bulk of the argument. But to make this video a little more timely for you guys, I will give you guys my medium-term price targets for Bitcoin. So I am recording this on February 20th. And as of right now, Bitcoin is at about 56, 57K all-time highs, which is amazing to see. But again, just to make this video a little more timely for all of you, I will give you guys my medium-term price targets. So like a month out, I'll let you guys know where I think both BTC and ETH will land. Talk some price targets, talk technical analysis on TradingView, of course. So we'll quickly go over that. And then that's pretty much going to be the video, you guys. Again, this is more meant for just a fun thought experiment, nice little weekend video for you guys. So I do hope you appreciate it. But then after we do all that good stuff, we will move into a word from the Waves family's crypto sponsors, BlockFi and Crypto.com. So both of these, you guys, we're so blessed to have these two titans of industry, these companies that I truly believe will be around for generations, just part of the Waves family, part of what we're doing over here. So they both offer, in my opinion, very unique things. So BlockFi, I have a lot of my crypto in BlockFi, to be honest. Have your crypto work for you by earning interest. And then we'll go over the good old Crypto.com. Crypto.com does a lot of stuff, of course. They got the amazing domain of Crypto.com. So they're an exchange. They have lending and stuff. But most importantly, what I want to talk to you guys about today is the good old crypto card. So we will bust this out. They were kind enough to give me one of these guys. I did show it to you guys a little while back, but I do want to talk about it again because it's so cool. This nice metal card. So we'll go over that, you guys, talk about the benefits that all the Waves family has. Of course, links down in the description, but we will get into that at the end. Once again, as always, before we do dive into it, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more content like this. And of course, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down in the description, $15 a month. If you want to know exactly how I'm not only trading all cryptocurrencies, but all stock positions, all these amazing crypto related stocks that we've been talking about so much on the channel. Again, first link down in the description. Appreciate it if you guys check that out. But if not, no worries at all. Let's get into these charts. But first, of course, the write-up that is very important. So again, Bitcoin versus Ethereum, rocket emoji. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the first and largest cryptocurrency in the world, and I define it as the king. Okay, so the king and the queen, king, queen, whatever you prefer, Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two big dogs. So the king, why I personally like BTC. Elevator pitch. Bitcoin is the only absolutely scarce asset on the planet at scale. It is the single best store of value ever created and the best inflation hedge in a world of money printing. So again, you guys, just as I'm making this video, they just released word of a new $2 trillion stimulus package. And this, over the past year, they pretty much doubled just the US dollar currency supply, all right? Which is insane to think about. But this is going on all over the world to fight what's been such a crazy year. And it's very likely that this will continue. So we've been talking about inflation hedges, for a very long time. And that trend is only going to continue, which makes me more and more bullish on Bitcoin. Of course, assets like gold and silver, gold will come into play here. Gold and silver are the traditional legacy hedges for inflation, but Bitcoin is a new hedge, and I think it's the best inflation hedge in the world. And you can see here, I do have in parentheses 18 million versus 47 million. I couldn't fit it on the page, at least to where it would look good, but that is one of my favorite stats about Bitcoin, is that there is not enough Bitcoin that will ever exist on planet Earth for at least every millionaire to have one. Okay, so there's 47 millionaires. There's currently about 18 million Bitcoin in circulation. There's only 21 million that will ever exist over the course of human history. That's why it's absolutely scarce. That's why it's a finite supply, and that's crazy. So again, even 21 million, which is probably less because so much have been lost over the course of the past few years, even with 21 million Bitcoin. So best case scenario, there's not even enough for every millionaire to own half of one. And as someone who does own, very fortunate and truly blessed to say that I own multiple Bitcoin, it's so cool to think that you have such a scarce asset. And again, once the world catches on to that, that's when, and which is what's happening right now, that's when things can really get crazy. So let's talk about market cap here. Bitcoin at about a $55,000 valuation did reach a $1 trillion market cap. Okay, so the reason I have gold next to this is because I believe, like I said, digital gold is Bitcoin, Ethereum is digital oil. And the reason I think that is because, again, Bitcoin is a far more efficient version of gold. Way back in early 2020, one of the first videos I made on this channel, I think, is titled Bitcoin is Gold 2.0. And the reason I think that is because in every right, aside from physicality, which we've learned in 2020 and 2021, it's all digital. Everything's going digital. The world is trending digital at a rapid pace, and that was only expedited by everything that's happened in 2020. So Bitcoin, again, from every perspective, absolutely scarce. Gold is obviously scarce, but it's not absolutely scarce. Like, you can estimate how much gold is on Earth. Everyone perceives it as scarce, but that doesn't mean it's finite. It's absolutely scarce, like Bitcoin is, and that's what makes Bitcoin so much better. You can send it you can do money transfers across the world for very little immediately, and it just makes so much sense. So you guys can go back and watch that very old video of mine. I probably sound like a fool because it was in my early days of YouTube, but again, the same rules, the same principles still apply. And I think it's very, very likely that Bitcoin can ultimately overtake the market cap of gold, just because, again, it's a better product. Everything is trending digital. And gold's market cap is currently sitting at 10.7 trillion. So that would be a perfect 10x from here if Bitcoin was to assume gold's 2021 market cap. And keep in mind, gold is still an inflation hedge, and gold has still had a pretty solid year. So it is pretty inflated, but I do think that ultimately over time, Bitcoin can reach a $10 trillion market cap. From this point here, you're looking at just a ballpark of $500,000 Bitcoin. I remember talking about in my video, I think it might have been the Gold 2.0 video. It was one of those older videos. $500,000 was my ultimate market cap because this has always been my primary argument for Bitcoin, that it would just assume gold's market cap at some point. Now, whether it takes 5, 10, 50 years, who knows the time horizon, but ultimately I think Bitcoin can easily get to a $10 trillion market cap because it is just such a beautiful invention and such an amazing product and truly the future of finance, in my personal opinion. But ETH comes into play too, so let's talk about some ETH. All right, so what is ETH? Ethereum is the largest global open source platform for decentralized applications in the exploding NFT market. So NFTs, you guys, are non-fungible tokens. A lot of art, trading cards, so many things are currently being built on those. And I could not be more bullish in 2021 on the NFT market because, again, this is just the beginning of a true renaissance. And of course, DeFi, what Ethereum was pretty much made for, all these decentralized finance applications, that's actually the financial system 2.0. So that's like banking 2.0 right there. Why I like ETH. DeFi and NFTs are the most promising segment of the cryptocurrency space, in my opinion. The majority of DeFi apps and NFTs are built on the Ethereum blockchain. So pretty much every DeFi app out there, you guys, there's a great site called defipulse.com. I don't have it up, but you guys, DeFiPulse, defipulse.com, that shows you all the DeFi projects, how much money is locked up in them, as well as how many of them are built on Ether. And pretty much every single one of them is built on Ether. And when you build a project on Ethereum, you need Ethereum tokens you need Ether to operate. So that's why I said in the beginning, Ethereum is like oil, in my opinion. Okay, so Bitcoin, digital gold, again, just a scarce asset, a store of value, a true store of value. Ethereum is more like oil. It's like energy. This next layer of the financial system, this next layer of the internet, and so much just, it's hard for me to articulate just how much will be built on Ethereum in the future. But again, Ether is the life source. Ether is the mitochondria, to get biological here. Ether is the fuel. Ether is the oil. Ether is the energy, you guys. And whenever a project is built on the Ethereum blockchain, you need ETH to run that project. So the more demand comes into DeFi, into NFTs, which is going to be increasing, and it's going to increase at a crazy pace, in my opinion, the more ether is going to be needed, and it's a simple supply and demand issue. You will need more ETH. The more money that gets locked up, the more projects that are built on it, okay? So Ether has a market cap of $225 billion. I did not reference the market cap of oil because I don't think that's a fair value, fair reference via market cap at least. I just thought you guys would kind of get the reference there, and I hope I articulated that well enough for you guys to understand. Hopefully I did. Sorry you guys if I didn't. But anyway, Ether is pretty much digital oil in my opinion, and again, the more ether you need, or the more projects that are built on ether, the more ether you're going to need ultimately. So Ether's market cap is about a quarter, you could say a quarter to a fifth the size of Bitcoin, 0.225 the size of Bitcoin, and it's just likely to me, again, with so much being built on Ethereum and that trend only continuing. I think what will happen first, I think it's a lot more likely for, I'll just say it right now, for Ether to 10x prior to Bitcoin. So if Ether 10x's, of course, it would be at a $2.25 trillion market cap, which is twice the size of Bitcoin now. But I think for Bitcoin, it could take maybe 5 to 10 years, but Ether, I think it could take 3 to 5 years to 10x. Now, that's it. I do think Bitcoin will reign as king forever. I think Bitcoin will forever hold a larger market cap than Ethereum because I do believe that it's just simply the best store of value on the planet, and there is always, for the rest of human history, going to be a desire for that ultimate store of value. And again, I don't doubt the fact that maybe Ether one day, if all goes according to plan, say like the entirety of the next financial system is built on top of Ethereum, that it wouldn't surprise me to see a $10 trillion market cap for Ethereum either, because the global financial markets are a multi-trillion dollar enterprise, okay? There's quadrillions of dollars floating around, okay? So trillions in the grand scheme of things is actually not very impressive. Like just gold's market cap, which gold is not even a very impressive financial instrument. When you think about like derivatives, literally everything, bonds, everything out there, currencies, trillions of dollars are just kind of still a drop in the bucket, which is crazy to say, but that's the reality of it, okay? So again, when it comes down to likelihood of which I think will 10x first, I think it's Ether, just solely based on the fact that it has a smaller market cap, and with so much increasing demand, Ethereum continues to go up. Ethereum's almost at 2K. It's really seeing its time to shine, and I think Ether can definitely reach a 10x, can reach a $2.25 trillion market cap faster than Bitcoin can reach a $10 trillion market cap. So we'll leave it there, you guys. Again, let's hop into this. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you agree with this argument, I don't know if I had this completely refined, you guys. I did my best. I definitely put some thought into this over the course of the week. But please let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with, and why down in the comments below. Always love learning from you guys and hearing your take on this stuff. So that said, let's move into this again. This kind of some of these medium-term price targets. So kick it off with the king once again. Bitcoin. As many of you guys, if you've been watching all the videos, all the crypto convos, even the stock talks about like Riot and Mara and stuff, you know that I've had an $80,000 price target for Bitcoin for the past month or so, probably ever since we broke out of this pattern right here. It was pretty clear to me that we would ultimately come up to test this trend line on the overall uptrend beginning in mid-December. So December 16th is when we saw the first touch point, Bitcoin's recent high at the beginning of the year. On January 8th, another touch point right here at about 40K. And it only makes sense to me that we ultimately come up to, once again, test this line of resistance on the overall uptrend. If this happens, say March 1st, for both of these, I do have the target set on March 15th, but it could happen a lot faster than that. You guys know how wild these markets are. So let's say March 1st is our price target. That's where 80K kind of came into play. So conservative 80K. So if we actually touch this point on March 1st, that would bring us to about an $84,000 Bitcoin. So that's my initial touch point. But again, keep in mind, what if this happens next week? What if it happens on February 24th? That's when we would get that $80,000 Bitcoin. So keep in mind, you guys, for both of these, it's all about when these two choose to touch this line of resistance on the overall uptrend. All right. So again, February 24th, 80K, March 1st, that would be 84K. And then March 15th, that would take us to about $95,000. So again, maybe it takes some time. Maybe we draw this out until March 1st over the course of the next week or so. But I do think that this will happen sooner than later, just to be straight up, because we did just break out of a very short-term bullish pattern. All right. So That is Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum quick. So Ethereum is also looking very promising, of course. And I think that Ethereum will do the exact same thing. So this initial high, once again, set December 17th of this overall rally. A lot of touch points right here. This is a very strong line of resistance, in my opinion. I think it's only a matter of time before Ether hits it. In all honesty, I think Ether is probably going to hit this by March 1st over the course of the next week, because we just have so much fundamental momentum behind the crypto markets right now. So if we do choose to strike this price target, this line of resistance, I should say, which is a price target on March 1st, this would take us to a $2,800 Ethereum. Maybe it does draw out a little longer, maybe it takes a little longer. You got some curveballs. March 15th, that would be a $3,200 Ethereum. So again, keep it simple, you guys. These are both Ethereum specifically is in a very nice kind of beam-like ascending channel. So the downside potential, like I think low end we could fall to 1700 at the worst, but I think the upside potential is definitely there. And I think it's very, very likely that, once again, this will probably happen over the next week or two. So very exciting times right now, you guys. Please let me know what you think about the price action below as well. If you agree, if you disagree, which one you're more bullish on overall in the medium term. Okay, so that is that, you guys. Let's move in to our first partner, BlockFi, and then again we'll break out this beaut right here, this metal card. So, earn more from your crypto with a BlockFi interest account. Your cryptocurrency can earn up to 8.6% APY. Interest accrues daily and is paid monthly. There are no hidden fees, no minimum balances, and no reason to wait. So, again, you guys, put your crypto to work for you. It's almost a no-brainer. In my opinion, it's a no-brainer. Of course, always do your own research in this stuff, you guys. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I do personally, okay? So, I do. Again, money where my mouth is. Always. I cannot tell you guys anything that my money is not on. So, again, just for the example, they have a cool calculator right here. You have 1 Bitcoin in for 10 years. Over the duration of that 10 years at Bitcoin's current price, you will accrue $44,000 in interest, or about 0.8 Bitcoin, okay? So that's obviously amazing, you guys. And of course, the higher Bitcoin goes, the more this interest grows. And keep in mind, the more your Bitcoin grows, you obviously get the reward from that investment as well. So you get the money from the investment itself from Bitcoin. Say Bitcoin goes to 100K, you still get that 100K from the Bitcoin itself, but this number just continues to grow and grow along with Bitcoin. So it's compounding, which is the beauty of it. Let's say you only do it for 1 year, just because that's a little more attainable, or like kind of easier to wrap your head around. 1 year with 1 Bitcoin at this level, you would gain about $3,500. So on top of whatever Bitcoin is appreciating, you're earning money on top of that Bitcoin for lending it out to BlockFi. And again, BlockFi, very safe company. Once again, I'll let you guys do your own research on that. I trust them with my crypto. And again, I'm so proud. I'm so proud for them to be a sponsor of this channel. And again, this would not be possible without the waves, fam. So blockfi.com/Royce, you can get up to $250 crypto bonus. Obviously, depending on how much you drop in, you're not guaranteed a $250 bonus, but you will get some bonus crypto when you use the link down below. Once again, blockfi.com/Royce. It's also in the description. Both of these will be. So that's BlockFi. Let's talk Crypto.com and close it out. These beautiful cards. So you guys will kick it off. Just talk about these cards. So again, Crypto.com is an exchange. It's an app. Their UI, their user interface is beautiful. I definitely recommend you guys just check them out. Even if you don't do anything here, just look at their UI, look at their site, because it's one of the most beautiful sites I've ever come across, and beautifully operated, ran apps that I've ever come across as well. So Crypto.com, again, let's do this guy right now. Okay, so I did the same thing last time. Sorry if that was cheesy for you guys who saw it already, or saw it for the first time. Still cheesy. Okay, anyway, Crypto.com. This beautiful, I have the Royal Indigo Blue card right here, and this thing is freaking beautiful. Not going to show you guys the back, obviously, for security reasons. Don't want you guys stealing my crypto. If I let anyone do it, it would be you guys, but probably not. Still probably not. Anyway, beautiful card, you guys. You can hear me hitting it on the table. Hit it on the shades a little bit, but beautiful card, you guys. This thing has some weight to it. Again, I do have some other just not even a humble flex, I guess just a straight up flex. I do have multiple metal cards in my wallet, and this one is probably in the middle. This one's pretty darn heavy. All right, so beautifully designed card. Again, has a sick lion on it. I'm not fortunate enough just yet to have this black card. I'm definitely eyeballing it. I think I will have to reach out to my friends at Crypto, see if we can work something out, but it does come down to how much crypto you have staked. So CRO, it's similar to kind of BlockFi, except it's just staking, but you do need a certain amount of CRO, which is Crypto.com's native currency. I believe it's like the 11th or 12th largest crypto in the world right now. You can check CoinMarketCap. But again, the CRO has been popping off. I get notifications like every day about CRO. CRO is up 10%, up 20%. So it's a win-win situation. Again, you guys, the more CRO you have in here, it doubles as an investment, but also as a contribution to this card. So again, this is the one I have, just kind of mid-level, 50,000 CRO. You get 3% back on spending. You get rewards on spending right here. 100% back on Spotify. Not 100% back. Actually, no, maybe it is 100% back. But anyway, amazing stuff. No. I should have. I'm so sorry. I should have known what that is. But anyway, you do get 3% back on all purchases in CRO token on everything. You get 5% back if you have 500K, and of course, if you got the big 5 million, the elusive black card, man, that thing's so sick. I really got to get that. You do get 8% back. So, of course, you guys, man, I'm so sorry about that. I should have obviously known what this means. I'm still thinking about it. I still don't really get what that means. Gotta hit up my girl. But anyway, again, you guys, this is a very cool card. Link in description as well. You do get $25 in CRO when you sign up through the link below. Again, that link, the BlockFi link, we love. It's still so surreal to me that I'm partnered with such, again, revolutionary companies in this industry. These companies are going to be around for at least the next century, in my opinion. These are truly like titans of industry in the crypto space, and I think we can all agree on the fact that crypto is only going up for here. So the game is still young, you guys. It's such an exciting time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, really appreciate it if you check out the sponsors, check out the newsletter, check out everything that helps me operate this as a business, because I love doing this with you guys, but ultimately it is a business, and I know you guys, many of you involved in this game are entrepreneurs yourselves, and you can understand that. So really appreciate it. If again you guys hit the links in the description, drop a comment down below. Once again, let me know what you think about BTC versus ETH. If you think Bitcoin will 10x before ETH, or if you agree with me that Ethereum will 10x before ETH or before Bitcoin as well. It's getting a little late in the video, you guys. Sorry. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate you watching, especially if you're still around. And again, I'll catch you downstairs in the comment section. So as always, you guys, always remember, take action. Make waves. Peace.